Good morning friends, my name is Varinder and welcome you to my YouTube channel Cloud Ninja. So in this video we'll study about S3 and IAM. So basically this video is a combination that how we can maintain the security of S3 buckets or the data which we'll be uploading into S3 and how we can control that data with the help of IAM or the users which we have created in the identity and access management service of AWS. So basically in this video first part we'll see that okay, what is the setup of our lab or what type of setup I'll be using in the lab to show you guys that how you can create the inline policy to have more granular control over the data which will be uploaded into the S3 bucket. So without wasting much time, so let's see that what the setup will be of our lab. So I have created three IAM users. Number one, Bilku is from the admin and Manish is from the finance and Jakpal is from the information technology. So similarly, I have created two buckets. One is for the Manish and one is for the Jakpal. So we'll try and see by playing with the user Jakpal that how Jakpal will not be able to access the other buckets which we have created in the IAM console. So this would be our setup, and let me show you that what type of policies we have created in the AWS console or how we can create it. So this is the AWS console. This is the main console. You can say the root user account, and let me go over here. So I'll be using two browser. One is Safari, and another is the Mozilla. So basically for the individual user Jakpal, I'll be using Mozilla, and for the root account, I'm using the Safari. So let's click on to the IAM just to show you guys the setup. So like said, the three users I have created, one is Bilku, Jakpal and Manish. So let me show you for what I have for the uh, what I have done in the S3. So similarly in S3 I have created three buckets. So Bilku from the admin, Jakpal from ID and Manish from the finance, like we discussed in our presentation, right? So I'll be clicking again. So now we'll be doing how we can control the data which will be uploading onto this these three buckets. So you can see as of now all these buckets are empty. There is no data into this. Okay, this data is there. Let me delete this. Okay, so delete. Okay, so there is nothing into it. So let me check. Okay, nothing is, all three buckets are empty. So let's go into this IAM console and see that how we can create the inline policy. So I'll be using Jakpal, the user which is there in the information technology unit. So let's create an inline policy for that. So this is basically the policy. Will be selecting the services which we want to provide access to and give the resource name. Automatically Amazon helps us in creating the JSON scripts at the backward, which will run while when we accessing the data into the S3 buckets with the help of different users. So let me go over here and click on AWS S3. So this is AWS S3. Let's say all actions for whom. So for a particular resource name, for which bucket? For Jakpal. Okay, so if you are not aware about, I have created an favorites which I'll be putting in the video as well, and basically the format for putting the resource name. So this is it. So characters which are further this are basically the uh, are the bucket name. So we'll be using our bucket name. So let's see how to use that. So just copy this particular format over here, and the bucket is Jakpal -IT, right? So I'll be adding the statement over here, and let's click on next step and attach the policy. So one policy is allow bucket access, right? So let's see if this policy is valid or not. Yep, this policy is valid. Okay, so let me attach this. Okay, so we have created one inline policy wherein we are allowing access to the this particular bucket for Jakpal, right? So as I previously said, that for the user Jigpal I'll be using an Mozilla Firefox. So let me go over here and show you. Okay, so that, okay, what is there? Okay, so let me open up the S3 and let's see what kind of access we are having right now. So it is saying that access denied. So you must be wondering that we have, allowed and created a policy and mentioned the resource name, but even then it is showing access denied to the Chickpal. So basically, if we open up the policy, so what we have created is for the, action is that, this star for the, and what is the resource, basically the uh, bucket name. But here the problem is that which all buckets are there are not available for the user. So in that case it is difficult for the user to check for the bucket. So we'll be creating another inline policy over here. Okay, so let me click over here and create another inline policy for the AWS S3. This is basically the service which we need to select, for which we want to create an inline policy. And let's say what I want to do, basically I want to list all the buckets within the particular resource. So I'll click on list all my buckets and let's mention this star for all the resources. Okay, so this is the another policy. Let's see if the policy is valid or not. So again, this policy is valid. So now we have attached the two inline policies for that. So let's see if we are able to see it in AWS for the Jigpal, if there is any kind of change or not. So here we go, and let's see if our buckets say. Here you go. Now you can see that all the buckets are available for the user Jigpal. Okay, so you can see that user is not able to open up the bucket for the admin. Let's see if user is able to open up the bucket for the finance or not. Here you go. It is again giving access denied error. So let's see if we are able to open up the bucket for. So here you go. So let's see if we are able to upload something into the bucket or not. So let's click on add. Let's try uploading this particular bucket over here. And if I'll click on next, next, next. So nothing has been uploaded. So you can see that it is okay. So here I can see that user is not allowed to upload anything into the bucket. So basically the thing is, the policies which we have created, let me go to the IAM console. We have created, allowed particular inline policy for listing the access which are there into the, or the listing the S3 buckets, and for a particular resource. So in that case we have nothing allowed that user should be able to upload something into the S3 bucket. So in that case we need to modify the policy which we have created. So let's see what was our policy. If I'll go over here, okay, so in this particular bucket we have allowed the access, right? So let's see if I am able to edit it or not. So just copy this and okay, and here you can mention, basically we are allowing the access into the bucket so that it can upload objects within that. Okay, so just click on save. Okay, this is giving us a JSON error. Let me see. Okay, policy, Okay. Let me create another bucket for that. Okay, so I'll mention star. Yeah. Let's see what is the error it is throwing over here. Okay, let me save it. So it is saving it was giving me the syntax error. So let's see if I'm able to upload, let's see if Jigpal is now able to upload anything or not into that. So let's go over here again into this, add file. Let's try uploading the same bucket JPG into this, and let's see if we are able to upload it or not. Here you go. So you can see that here we need to change our IAM policy where we have allowed access within that particular bucket to upload the objects, right? So action is that we have allowed access onto the S3. All actions are allowed, basically means full access is given onto the S3 bucket. For which bucket, which is the resource? This is Jagpal IT. So in this way we can have more granular control over the S3 buckets with the help of inline policies. So let me go back to the our presentation. So this was the setup which we actually used for creating into the S3 buckets and then applying the inline policies with the help of IAM. So in the next video we'll see that okay, what are the bucket policies, and basically the IAM policies has certain limits and they are limited to certain users groups and roles only, and directly IAM policies cannot be applied to a bucket. And let's, for example, we'll be using this particular case scenario, that how you can provide anonymous access, read-only access to a bucket to any user in the world, whether he'll be having a AWS account or not. A simple simple URL will be giving, and user will be having a read-only access to that particular bucket. In the similar way, let's say if we want to users to have S3 bucket, access the S3 bucket from a particular IP address only. So in that case, we'll be using the bucket policy. So in the subsequent videos, we'll be using that, how we can apply these bucket policies. So I would say thank you, friends. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we'll see that how we can apply the bucket policies and to have more granular control. So thank you, friends. Thank you for watching. If you really like this video, please hit the like button, do share it with your friends, and so that more and more people should be having idea that how we can maintain the security within the AWS account. So thank you, friends. Thank you for watching. So this is I'm not putting this or changing this slide so that you can use this setup for your lab, and so that you can gain confidence that how you can apply the IAM policy. So thank you, friends. Thank you for watching this video.